Well, you want to know the #1 most awesome feature of a Humminbird? Come right over here to the house button. That's your home screen. You come to settings, come down here to restore defaults right there. It's the bottom one. You got restore sonar settings, restore your chirp settings, chart settings, radar settings, nav data settings, target settings, or factory defaults. What we're going to do is we're going to hit factory defaults, we're going to restore, and we're going to let the Humminbird start over from scratch so we can show you exactly how to set up your Humminbird from the beginning, like it's straight down imaging. It's basically the same thing. We have got our sensitivity control up here, our spinner knob. You can take it up and you can blow out the data. You can see this temperature change and this plankton activity right now big time. So what I want to do is try to filter that out a little bit. Look at those two fish there. Right there and right there. If I take that up, it's going to be harder to see them. So a good balance starts at 10. From 0 to 20, you can take it down where it's so dark that you can't see nothing. Just bring it up till you get a good balance. And that's pretty much all you have to know besides how you want to shoot frequency. You can see we're shooting mega here. We're at 1.15 to 1.275. We can change our frequency right up here at the top. If we want to go 455, it's probably going to be a little hotter. So we can take our adjustment down a little bit. You can see some trees there. We're shooting in the 420 to 520 range. And you can see nice tree data. If you're looking for fish in this upper part and down here, you don't have to worry about it. But the other thing is you can come back up here to 800 kilohertz. There we've got 3 different frequency ranges based on what you select. The hotter it is, the less distance it goes, but the more detail you get. So really in shallow water, the higher the frequency, the better it's going to be. We're in 29 foot of water. We're going to jump up here to mega awesome imaging. And you can see mega 455, 800, and you can see the mega imaging data here. Now one thing I'm going to do real quick just to show you, I'm going to get rid of these overlays. I don't like those lines, and I'm just want depth and temp. Now you can start seeing a lot better data. 10 is factory defaults, but you actually have -10 to 20, so you've got a wider range. Now if you look over here, you have another control is called contrast. You can bump it up. If you bump it up, it's going to darken the image some. If you take it down, it's going to brighten the image. So based on what you need, all you really need to do to start off is use your sensitivity, but contrast is a little tweak more that you can get out of your unit. So starts at 10. If you want to tweak it up a little bit, you can play with it. It's a good to get close with your sensitivity control, which is just your knob, and tweak it a little bit with contrast based on your fishing conditions for that day. Pretty much once you get these things close, you're not going to be needing to change it much during the day. You can see we're in a little harder bottom here. We're in a creek channel, so we don't have a lot of trees and stuff, but we'll try to slip across here and show you some difference. Now color palettes. Color palettes makes a huge world of difference to me. I can see different things in different color palettes. Different light conditions. You get in the darker, like this green is amazing in dark, low light conditions. It really got a black screen. It really pops out. It's a little hotter, so you may want to take it down a little bit. One of my favorites is this color palette 11, because it's actually a tricolor palette. It's got black, it's got our yellow, and then in really hard returns, it's going to show you that stuff in red, the super hard returns. That's all based on your sensitivity settings. You can crank it up here. You can see we hit the edge of a tree there. Because we didn't get the full tree, we didn't run over it. You're picking up the edges, because this is a it's not a cone shape, it's a very thin front to rear, but it's real wide. There we picked up a tree. And that's the thing I do, is just kind of tweak the sonar to get where you get a good balance there, where you get the data you want and don't overblow anything. You can see another limb right there. And that's all you got to really know to do mega awesome down imaging. Mega. So all you got to remember is sensitivity and frequency. That's your two key things to remember to operate down imaging on a Humminbird SOLIX. Next thing we're going to do is hit our home key. We're going to go to Mega Awesome Imaging. Wow, look at that. Look at the detail there. Detail like no other. We're looking at 100 foot right and left. The biggest control is back to this same control. We've made it simple. If we want to increase it, look how that blows it out. You can't hardly see any data that's in here. So what you want to do is just fine tune that. Get rid of those real hard spots. Look at that tree laying there, another one there, another tree over here. If you want to take it down, just keep trying it. One thing you can do is you can actually hit your cursor. We'll just hit a cursor here, and it freezes the screen. This is the simplest, easiest way to fine tune your Humminbird. You can take it down. Whoa, that's too dark. We didn't see nothing. They ain't seeing nothing there. So we're going to come back up here about 10, factory default. And look at that tree. Now you can come over here and hit your menu. Sensitivity, we have that contrast control again. Starts at 10. Take it down. If we want to increase the power, we're going to go lower. We come up to 12. It's going to back shut it a little bit. It's going to focus on those strong returns. So that's a tweak setting. So basically all you got to know is side imaging there. His sensitivity is all you have to know. We'll get started and crank up here a little bit and see what else we can find. Now the other controls you can do is your chart speed was the same, but with side imaging you select the range that you want. You can do an auto range and it will adjust based on depth. I personally like manual range because I can start sizing things. One of the things I like is to take this down to about 80. Is a good balance, especially if you're fishing for freshwater species. They're not the biggest fish in the sea, so it allows me to blow up data a little bit more and see things a lot bigger. And you can see right now all these trees laying down there. You can see the bank over here. Right there's the bank. Right there. Look at that big boulder down there. Woo! That's some good stuff there. We're shooting all the way from the bank edge to edge. Now, some added advanced features is changing your frequency. If you don't need as much power and you want to increase the coverage a little bit more, you can go to 800 kilohertz. You can see it's still down focused. But if you really want to open up the spectrum, you can chirp 455. This really opens the door for you. And I'm going to turn the sensitivity down because this shoots out to the side. You can see the bank. You can see our bank line showing up here, but it covers from the bank all the way across. It's still pretty hot. I'm just going to take it down a couple notches with my sensitivity control. We're in five foot of water. Who says side imaging don't work in shallow water? Maybe other ones don't, but Humminbirds do. You can see a tree there, 4 foot of water. Come out here, we're going to drive over this shallow flat, but you got very big coverage, and you can actually increase that coverage. If you're new to a lake, come down here, hit your range, take it up to 100. You can get a lot more coverage area with the 455, and it is chirped 455. You can look here, we're farther off the bank and we're seeing the bank line. Look at the wave ripples on that pea gravel bank. If you get out on the bank, you'll actually see those wave ripples up there out of the water. Same thing happens underneath the water. You can see these little harder spots, but you can see all the data over here even. Trees, massive numbers of trees here. Wow, look at this laydown right here. You're gonna get amazing detail with Humminbird SOLIX. Another tree laying here, another one there. If you want to waypoint it, come over here, put that, hit waypoint. Now we've created a waypoint on that laydown, and it stays with it. So we can get up there, get our 360 fired up, and we could go fish that laydown when we want to. So basically, the simplest thing the things that you have to remember to adjust side imaging and mega imaging awesome sonar. Frequency. We're just going to throw it in mega in this shallow water and show you what it does. Now, in sensitivity, you remember our sensitivity knob up here? Now look at the detail on that tree there. You can see the roots and everything. And we're still in 7 foot of water. Mega awesome imaging. Look at the amount of more detail. If you need more detail, throw it in mega. If you need bigger coverage area, I like to run 450, this 455 frequency range there. Now the other thing we can do is we can get rid of data overlays. We can hit our menu. You can use the joystick, come down here to the bottom, and it's going to be sonar options. Just push in, overlays. We can data overlay. We can get rid of our time, our speed, our voltage, our cursor data. And if we look here, we don't have as much covering the screen. So remember, for mega or side imaging, sensitivity, set your range, and set your frequency. That's pretty simple. Look at the crappie on that tree. Watch this. Bingo. We're going to go right there. We're going to take our cursor. We're going to hit our plus button and look at the fish that are on that tree. And there's more on that one. You can hit plus again, move it up. You can see them right there. The less range, the larger those would be. I'll just show you here real quick. Come down to range. We'll take her down to 80. And you can see them fish blew up a lot bigger. That's the reason you may want to reduce your range of coverage, is because of to see smaller fish. There's a few more on that tree. Look at the limbs on that tree right there. That is some good stuff. The only other thing is you can change your color palettes. I love blue. I'm a blue fan, but I also like color palette 11. We'll show you that here real quick. It's a nice bright crisp blue. You crank it up a little bit and you'll see these harder areas start turning red. That's pretty much all there is to know about 2D sonar setup, down imaging sonar setup, and mega awesome imaging setup. Look at that tree right there. You can see the shadow real well. Take this down a hair, back to 10 factory defaults. And you can see that show up good. You can see the rocks over on the other side. See that rock cropping there? Lots of amazing detail. Look at those rocks. The last thing I'm just going to talk quickly about is mapping. You have the choice of some awesome mapping. I love my LakeMaster maps. You use this same sensitivity, or this same rotary dial, and this is the LakeMaster Plus card. You can actually set layers. You can see the different colors here. We've got our satellite overlay with this product, but you can come up here and you can set your map up. You can set 2D or aerial mapping if you want aerial here, or you can your map overlay. I want 2D data. Now my base layer, I can turn that aerial or 2D map. The other thing is auto chart. Watch for a video on this coming soon. You can do north up, you can do heads up. I like heads up. It's cool to use all this technology in conjunction, and that's where we come back to home screen, and I can go to a 4-way here. There's our 2D, our down imaging, our mega awesome imaging. Now I'll zoom my map in here with the rotary knob. Is all I'm turning is a rotary knob, but I can use that in conjunction and follow these contour lines. Every one of them is going to have a different coverage area to help you find and catch more fish. That's the ultimate goal of the Humminbird product. And when they say simply, clearly, better, they mean it. Humminbird has gone to great depths to make this unit so easy to use out of the box. Pretty much all you got to know is this sensitivity control knob to adjust it up or down just a little bit after you set up your frequency and the color palettes that you desire. Get a Humminbird, get out on the water, enjoy your time, and catch a heck of a lot more fish. Thank you for tuning in to another set of tips and tricks, and tune in next time as we go more in depth about all these awesome products from Humminbird, Minn Kota, and all my other fine sponsors. Thank you, and tune in next time.